Alright, let's start with a question that sounds like sci-fi but might be the next trillion-dollar reality. What if I told you SpaceX's next moonshot isn't about Mars, but about building the largest AI infrastructure in human history? Yep, Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell, 10 gigawatts of compute power by 2027. That's not just ambitious, it's borderline absurd. But here's the kicker, I think he's serious. And more shockingly, Microsoft might be the biggest customer, shelling out $50 billion a year for this stuff. Let me unpack why this could redefine not just AI, but the entire tech economy. First off, let's talk about the numbers because they're staggering. A single gigawatt of data center capacity costs around $50 billion in capex. Now multiply that by 10. We're talking $300 to $500 billion in just 1 year. For context, Amazon's AWS spends around $40 billion annually on infrastructure. SpaceX is planning to spend 10x that. On paper, it sounds insane. But here's the thing, Musk isn't building this for fun. He's selling compute like it's a subscription service, and companies like Microsoft are lining up to pay premium prices. Why? Because AI isn't just a tool anymore, it's a gold rush, and the margins are astronomical. Let's zoom in on Microsoft here. The company that once moved slow and steady under Satya Nadella is now sprinting. They've locked in over 10 gigawatts of contracts worth $300 billion, mostly tied to OpenAI's AI models. But here's what most people miss, Microsoft isn't just renting servers. They're arbitraging compute power. By owning access to OpenAI's models without paying training costs, they're sitting on a margin machine. Every megawatt they buy from SpaceX, they can sell via APIs at $100 million per megawatt per year. That's a 1,000% markup. No wonder they're signing deals faster than a TikTok trend. But wait, how does SpaceX even build this fast? Let's talk about Elon's secret weapon, speed. They built the first Colossus data center in 122 days. 122 days. That's not just fast, it's a slap in the face to traditional infrastructure timelines. And the South Haven power plant expansion? From 495 megawatts to 1.2 gigawatts in 5 months? That's not construction, it's alchemy. The key here isn't just engineering, it's bypassing bureaucracy. Permitting hell? They're literally building power plants across state lines to avoid it. If that's not a flex, I don't know what is. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, financing. How does a company with a fraction of Amazon or Google's balance sheet fund $500 billion in capex? 2 words, vendor financing. Nvidia's got a vested interest in keeping SpaceX fueled with GPUs. If Musk can negotiate deferred payments or revenue-sharing deals, that $500 billion number becomes less of a moonshot. And here's a twist, SpaceX isn't just selling hardware. They're pricing compute like it's premium real estate, $30, $50 million/MW/year because they're delivering in 3 to 5 months, not 3 years. That's not cost-plus pricing, it's value extraction at its finest. But here's the deeper implication, this isn't just about SpaceX or Microsoft. This signals a tectonic shift in how AI compute is commodified. Frontier labs like Anthropic and OpenAI are realizing they can't just sell GPUs, they need to monetize tokens. And when you can generate $100B/GW/year in API revenue, the economics flip. Training costs become a sunk cost, inference becomes the annuity. This is why Microsoft's deal with OpenAI wasn't just a partnership, it was a land grab for the most valuable real estate in the AI era. Let's end with a speculative hot take. What if 2027's real story isn't AGI, but a new kind of tech oligopoly? SpaceX becomes the compute supplier, Microsoft the distribution king, and Nvidia the pickaxe seller. Meanwhile, companies stuck in 2-year data center cycles? They're relics. The lesson here isn't just about speed or money, it's about control. Whoever owns the compute infrastructure and the models writes the rules. And right now, Musk and Nadella are drafting the Constitution. What do you think? Is this the dawn of a new era, or are we overestimating how much gas SpaceX can actually burn? Let me know in the comments.